Welcome, I am Ava, and you're watching WNBA Trending. Today we bring you one of the most talked about and divisive stories in women's basketball right now. Fans across the league are reacting strongly as WNBPA President Nneka Ogwumike appears to echo Caitlin Clark's stance amid ongoing collective bargaining agreement negotiations. What was meant to be a moment of unity has instead sparked frustration, debate, and intense discussion throughout the WNBA community. As the WNBA moves closer to a new CBA, tensions are rising not just between players and the league, but also among fans themselves. The CBA negotiations, which will shape salaries, revenue sharing, working conditions, and the future growth of the league, have become a focal point for scrutiny. When Nneka Ogwumike, the president of the WNBA Players Association, publicly aligned her messaging with remarks previously made by Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark, the reaction was immediate and emotional. Caitlin Clark, one of the most influential rookies in WNBA history, has been clear in her approach to the CBA talks. She has emphasized long-term growth, sustainability, and collective benefits rather than short-term individual gains. Clark's comments were widely seen as measured, cautious, and business-focused. While many praised her maturity, others believed her stance leaned too heavily toward protecting league stability over aggressively pushing for immediate financial increases for players. When Nneka Ogwumike echoed similar sentiments, fans expected a stronger, more forceful stance from the union president. Instead, her comments about building something sustainable, thinking long-term, and protecting the future of the league mirrored Clark's earlier position. For some fans, this alignment felt reassuring. For others, it felt like a betrayal of the union's responsibility to fight harder for players right now. Social media quickly erupted. Longtime WNBA supporters voiced anger, questioning whether the players' union was doing enough to demand higher salaries, better revenue sharing, and improved benefits. Some fans accused leadership of being too cautious at a time when the league has unprecedented momentum, driven largely by increased viewership, sold-out arenas, and massive media attention. Many fans pointed to the Caitlin Clark effect as proof that the league has leverage. Attendance numbers are up. Television ratings are breaking records. Merchandise sales have surged. To critics, this is the exact moment to push aggressively for a larger share of league revenue. They argue that aligning with Clark's more reserved tone risks missing a once-in-a-generation opportunity. At the center of the storm is Nneka Ogwumike, one of the most respected veterans in the WNBA. As a former MVP, champion, and longtime leader, Ogwumike's words carry enormous weight. Her role as WNBPA president requires balancing competing interests, rookies and veterans, stars and role players, short-term needs and long-term vision. That balance, however, has proven controversial. In her remarks, Ogwumike stressed that the goal of the CBA negotiations is not just higher pay, but structural growth. She spoke about expanding revenue streams, improving league stability, and ensuring that future generations of players benefit from decisions made today. She emphasized unity and patience, framing the negotiations as a marathon rather than a sprint. But patience is exactly what many fans say they're tired of. For decades, WNBA players have fought for better pay and visibility. While progress has been made, average salaries remain far below those of other professional leagues. Fans argue that with the current surge in popularity, caution feels misplaced. Caitlin Clark's involvement in the conversation has further complicated matters. As a rookie on a modest salary compared to her market value, Clark's perspective carries a unique weight. Some fans believe her off-court endorsement earnings make it easier for her to prioritize long-term growth over immediate salary increases. Others counter that her influence is exactly why her voice matters. She represents a new era of financial potential for the league. Clark has consistently stated that she wants all players to benefit from the league's growth, not just a select few. Her comments emphasized shared success and collective advancement. Still, critics argue that rookies, especially those with massive commercial appeal, may not fully represent the concerns of veteran players who rely more heavily on WNBA salaries. This tension has exposed a deeper divide within the fanbase. Some fans support a strategic, measured approach, believing that overreaching could harm the league's financial stability. Others believe that players finally have leverage and should use it aggressively, even if it risks conflict. The reaction has not been limited to fans. Former players and analysts have weighed in, offering mixed perspectives. Some have defended Ogwumike, praising her leadership and understanding of the league's financial realities. Others have suggested that the union needs a bolder public stance to maintain player trust and fan support. One former WNBA player noted that leadership often involves making unpopular decisions. According to this view, Ogwumike's alignment with Clark reflects a calculated strategy rather than weakness. By focusing on long-term sustainability, the union may be positioning itself for larger gains down the line. Still, perception matters. Fans want transparency and reassurance that players' interests are being aggressively protected. The optics of echoing a rookie's cautious stance, especially one as polarizing and high-profile as Caitlin Clark, have proven challenging. The league itself has remained largely silent, allowing the players' union to manage messaging. This silence has fueled speculation and uncertainty. Fans are left wondering how negotiations are progressing behind closed doors and whether the current approach will deliver meaningful change. What's clear is that the WNBA is at a crossroads. The current moment represents both opportunity and risk. Increased attention has brought new fans, sponsors, and media deals, but it has also raised expectations. Players, fans, and stakeholders all want to see tangible improvements that match the league's growing profile. Nneka Ogwumike has reiterated that the union's goal is to secure a deal that benefits all players, not just stars. She has emphasized health benefits, travel conditions, retirement security, and overall quality of life as key priorities alongside salary increases. These issues, while less headline-grabbing, are central to long-term player welfare. Yet, for many fans, salary remains the symbol of respect and progress. They argue that pay is the most visible measure of how the league values its players. Without significant financial gains, they fear the momentum could stall. As debates continue online, one thing is undeniable. The conversation around the WNBA has never been louder or more passionate. Fans care deeply, and their anger reflects investment, not apathy. This level of scrutiny, while uncomfortable, also signals growth. Caitlin Clark and Nneka Ogwumike now find themselves at the center of a broader discussion about leadership, representation, and the future of women's basketball. Their words are being analyzed not just for what they say, but for what they symbolize. Whether fans agree or disagree with their stance, this moment highlights how far the league has come. CBA negotiations are no longer happening in the shadows. They're front-page news, dissected by fans, media, and analysts alike. As negotiations continue, all eyes will remain on the WNBPA leadership and the league's response. The outcome of this CBA will shape the WNBA for years to come, influencing player careers, league expansion, and the overall trajectory of women's professional basketball. For now, the debate rages on. Fans are demanding clarity, accountability, and bold action. Leaders are calling for patience, unity, and strategy. Somewhere between those positions lies the future of the league. This is Ava for WNBA Trending, bringing you the full picture behind the headlines as the WNBA navigates one of the most critical moments in its history.